Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another edition of the Hollywoodbets Super League. This time round, it's brought to you at the Seshego Stadium. What a beautiful day it is for some football. As we can see, the pitch there ready for these two sides to go head-to-head in this encounter. Of course, it is a JVW FC going up against Ezemvelo Women's FC in the third round of this group encounter. It's the Rise division. Of course, two sets of 8, the Rise division, the Super Rise division rather, as well as the Super Era division. At the moment, JVW see themselves in top spots at the moment. 2 games played, 2 wins, 0 losses, 8 goals for, and only the one conceded managing to bag themselves a full set of 6 points. On the other side of the log, Ezemvelo Women's FC struggling to get their season off to a positive start. 2 games played, 2 losses, only the 1 goal scored and 4 goals against them. They are going to be looking for their first set of points in this competition. But of course, they go up against the table toppers, JVW, who have been looking to clinch the title for a couple of years now. They managed to come second in last year's edition of the Hollywoodbets Super League. Unfortunately, just missing out to the ladies from Mamelodi Sundowns. In last year's competition, they managed to get themselves 21 victories, 6 draws, and just the 3 losses, bagging themselves 61 goals and only managing to concede 20. 69 points is what they managed to muster as they finished in second position in last year's competition. Ezemvelo managing to get themselves a tidy 11th position, 9 victories, 7 draws, 14 losses, but importantly 30 goals to their name. Unfortunately, they conceded a 45, bagging themselves a 34 points to finish in the 11th position. A completely different format this year as these sides look to get themselves to the playoffs and avoid a relegation through the 2 groups. As I mentioned, this is the Super Rise division of the Hollywoodbets Super League, the 2026 edition, and it's been really exciting so far. We've already had 2 rounds, this being the third. 2 games are played yesterday, and of course this one being the third game of the weekend. Plenty of action. If you've got a second and you find yourself in the Seshego region, get yourself down to Seshego Stadium. I'll tell you what, you will not be disappointed as we see the 2 sides ready to shake hands and get things underway. It's going to be a battle here. The table toppers up against 7th in the group. Some would say an obvious result, but we've seen lots of different things coming out of this competition. And can the ladies from Umlazi disappoint the ladies from Ekurhuleni? On your screens now, Casey Gordon, the youngster, comes into goals, donning the number 16 jersey. Of course, she takes the place of Kaylin Swart, who managed to muster up plenty of clean sheets in last year's competition, 10 out of 30 games to be exact. And once we get that graphic back in a little bit, we'll carry on dissecting the side as we see the beautiful scenes here out in the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. Rather, my apologies for that. And we see Ezemvelo Women's FC on your screen. There's going to be some really important players to look out for. Of course, Wendy Gumede, the goalkeeper, will be looking to maintain a clean sheet here in this encounter. The sole scorer for this competition so far has been Spumelele Shamasi, who will be looking to get onto the scoreboard in this encounter. And they'll need all the goals they can get against a really strong side, a side that's not scared to defend. They've only conceded 1 goal in their last 2 games. As I mentioned, just the 20 goals in their 30 games last season. And it's going to be something of A real encounter here at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. Of course, an absolutely beautiful day. 9 o'clock, an ideal kickoff. We've got games at 12 as well as games a little bit later on at 6 p.m. And those are bound to be quite warm. This, of course, really comfortable a time to play out here in Polokwane as we await the officials. In the middle of the park, the two sides, their final prayers, their final words are from their skippers. Important for both of these sides to get off to a good start. It's going to be an exciting 90 minutes here. 13 degrees here in Polokwane. Of course, we'll be maxing out at 18, so beautiful, beautiful conditions to play some football. Now, two sides with two different objectives. JVW will be looking to collect all 3 points from this game. They'll be the stronger of the two sides, playing from left to right on your screen, donning that blue and black attire as we get things underway. 90 minutes of football to be played. And of course, two sides seeking two very different things. Middle of the table side up against the side that was looking to compete at the very top. And of course, it's going to be so important for both of these sides to try and get onto the scorecard, into the box. And some early worrying signs there for Ezemvelo as JVW get themselves into a really strong position. And they're just going to have to relax here at the back. A little mistake being made there, but nonetheless managing to clean it up as Mokaba. Just looking to knock it around at the moment, JVW. You can see that shape starting to really come in there. They're playing with just the three at the back. Of course, two players sitting on top of that back three to help in defense. Three up top and two out wide here for the side from Mikuruleni. As they look to move forward once again, using that width nicely, Tusi. Doesn't quite manage to bring that one under control. The connection between Shannon Mokomo as well as Bongi Tusi are going to be really important. So definitely a side that likes to get onto the scoreboard, take their chances, and just make sure that the keeper is awake on this early morning start. Just tries to get some distance on the throw. Unfortunately, doesn't quite manage, and they get back into their shape. Knocking it around nicely. That's a lovely ball through that time around to Bongi Tusi, who doesn't quite manage to bring it under control. Nonetheless, Ezemvelo now on the attack. They're going to try and create some trouble here from that right-hand channel, but it's well defended on the left there from Aaron Hers. Of course, plenty of young talent in this JVW setup. A side that prides themselves on their youth, prides themselves on getting young players into the main setup. And of course, it's working well for them, coming second in last year's competition, currently topping the log in the Super Rise division. As we see long ball into the box, it's dealt with adequately. Just trying to keep the ball around the 18 area at the moment. They might just do well trying to clear their lines here as Casey Gordon gets onto the ball. Distributes it nicely out to Tusi. Back in field, and this is some really good footy. They've got an opportunity to burst forward. Here we go, it's Mokaba who tries to just play that diagonal ball across the box. Might have done well to take it on herself, but brilliant work there from Bonolo Mokaba. Have a look at this ball. It's a brilliant ball, and you can see the stature there of the number 12 charging forward. And possibly the right decision to try and get that diagonal ball across. It was Robin Moodley Salgado who was waiting in a really good area. And brilliant defenses. That one back into the area. They're going to have to clear their lines here, Ezemvelo, as Julia Gonzalez gets onto that one, takes it into the middle of the park. And well dealt with once again there from Ezemvelo, who now try and turn a defense into attack, but unsuccessfully. So it's been an exciting start to this game, must be said. Good opportunities here for JVW, who have got themselves into really commanding positions early on in this game. And continue to dominate the possession here, early stages. It's a lovely ball, even better touch, and have a look at this. There's going to be some trouble here. And I think we'll see our first bookable offense of the day. Indeed we do. You can argue that she had to do what she had to do on that occasion. Lovely touch. And yeah, you can just see there, Cynical knows exactly what she's doing. It's Ezemvelo who gets her first yellow card of the day in the 5th minute. She's going to have to be careful now, the left back. The forwards of JVW look to be absolutely storming upfield and really creating some trouble here for the back four of Ezemvelo. In a really commanding position just outside the 18 area. It's within shooting range here. And it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see here. Takes the shot and straight into the wall. Takes a second opportunity and doesn't quite manage to find any real space. And they'll have themselves a corner, will a JVW. But an injury here early on in this game. We can see the medic making their way onto the park. 6 minutes into the game and already an injury. This is not what they're going to want to see here. Hopefully can make her way up. They're going to need all the players on the field possible here as we get things back underway. Gonzalez on the set piece, crowding the keeper or JVW, just giving Wendy Gumede a hard time and making it as difficult as possible. As Gonzalez into the area, it's a lovely ball to the near post, but unfortunately only manages to find the head of an Ezemvelo defender. Gordon. Lovely ball out there to Tusi, who tracks all the way back to collect that one. Might have done well just to have released that one, but brilliant reverse pressing there from Bongi Tusi. And Ezemvelo having a word of their own here, making sure that they defend well. It was Koleka Bengu there who put in the sliding tackle. Mokaba there with the touch, losing out, and possession back with JVW, who really look to keep the ball, move the ball around. It's always lovely to watch as Moholola commanding play in the middle of the park. Mokomo. Good touch. Lovely work in the middle of the park. Some really fancy skills. And just not quite managing to put that final touch together at the moment. Oh, JVW. They've had a good part of possession in this encounter. As Ezemvelo look to move it forward. Mokomo tries to turn her way out of trouble in that occasion. Just doesn't manage to bring that one under control. Mokomo, lovely touch to Gonzalez, and have a look at this. Playing like Barcelona in the mid 20s. That's a lovely ball forward now. And an opportunity to get it into a dangerous area. Indeed it does! And have a look at the finish. It's Bonolo Mokaba. Smooth as you like. The number 12 holds her position. Gets the ball in a really dangerous zone. Puts it onto the right boot and manages to slot one through. Have a look at this lovely touch. And just puts it onto the outside of the right boot and opens up the scoring here for JVW. Absolutely brilliant work there. They were knocking on the door of the defenses here with JVW. And they managed to get their first one of the day, their 9th one of this competition so far. A team that loves to score carries on doing exactly that here at the old Mokaba Stadium. And they're not going to stop yet. Gonzalez tries to put a ball into the area. Doesn't quite manage, and the strikers are really hungry here. Mokoma, Mudali, Salgado, as well as Nyandeni will be looking to get onto the scoreboard as much as possible as Ezemvelo try the shot. They don't manage to worry Casey Gordon too much there, who deals with that one comfortably. As Tusi charging now down the right-hand channel. She can see goal scorer Mokoma making her way forward. Just looking to cut back, still in possession as Julia Gonzalez. Just trying to find someone in a decent position. Mokomo. Hers. Into the middle of the park now for Maholola. They just look like they've got so much time on the ball, do JVW. Ntibande. Mokomo. Just having a look for spaces in the field, and that's a lovely run as Tusi gets onto the end of this one, tries to put it into a dangerous position. Ball's loose inside the area, and that one comes off the post. A second opportunity now for JVW, and the Ezemvelo defenders looking a little bit worrisome at the moment. It was goalkeeper Wendy Gumede that time round who just wasn't able to clinch onto the end of that one. And just knocking the ball around so beautifully. The build-up play here from JVW, absolutely brilliant. They're not scared to put the ball into the middle of the park as they look to go forward once again. Space now on the left-hand side. Tries to take the shot on, but Wendy Gumede up to the task. And she's going to have a really busy day in goals today, is Gumede. She's going to be important for the side from Umlazi as they look to get some points out of this encounter. Currently they trail 1-0. A goal from Bonolo Mokaba early on in this game, putting them on the back foot as they look to keep going forward. Mvila, of course, with a yellow card already, the left back for Ezemvelo, is going to have to be really careful. A quick reminder to viewers that this match is being captured by AI-powered camera technology. Without systems like this, many matches at this level simply wouldn't be televised at all, thanks to AI Sport Africa as well as SAFA collaboration for bringing games to supporters that historically would have never had coverage. Absolutely brilliant. Every game brought to you live as we see offside there on the right-hand side. They aren't just going to sit back here, Ezemvelo. They're going to launch an attack of their own. They're not scared to get forward. They've only managed to score the 1 goal in their last 2 games, and they'll definitely be looking to add to that tally here at the old Mokaba Stadium. Good touch, looking to go forward now, Gonzalez. Tusi. Thought about going back inside, but might just have to go backwards on this occasion as Mokomo Gets it out to Ntsibande. Playing with all 11 players at the moment. Good on her feet is Casey Gordon. Of course, 18 years of age, the young goalkeeper. Definitely one for the future. Just knocking it about at the moment. You can see Robin Moodley Salgado dropping into a deep position as the captain to try and really add numbers in the middle of the park. And you can see she's not happy about that turnover as Ezemvelo look to charge forward onto the right boot. And it's a lovely strike. Ezemvelo showing that they're not just here to concede. They're going to launch a couple of attacks of their own, but unfortunately not quite managing to get at the right side of the upright. Beautiful shot there. Just needed to test goalkeeper Casey Gordon out. But really positive signs here at the moment from Ezemvelo. Trailing 1-0 might not be enough in this game. They might just need to get themselves a second goal here at JVW. Ezemvelo have had some good opportunities which they just haven't managed to put away. But of course, it's still early on in this game. Of course, trying to get themselves upfield. Needs to clear her danger at the moment here, Mvila. Lovely work. Just need to put a couple of passes together the side from Umlazi. Ntsibande finds Gonzalves. Lovely work in the middle of the park. Good defensive effort here from Ezemvelo. Not scared to put their bodies on the line. Tusi finds goal scorer Mokaba. Back to Tusi. Offside is the call there from the assistant referee, and you can see a little bit of confusion coming from the park. Well, it looks like foul throw was the call from the assistant referee. Just lifting that right leg up, it seems Bongi Tusi may have. As Mvila gets that one upfield. Now here's an opportunity to launch an attack of their own. Lovely 1-2 into the box. And just can't manage to find the striker, but dispossesses a really good opportunity here for Ezemvelo, who unfortunately just can't put that one away. It was Akone Mkize who did all the hard work down the left-hand channel and really showing some signs of attacking prowess here, getting themselves into a good position, getting the shot off and forcing Casey Gordon into a save. Akone Mkize has been really busy in this game so far, and she might just be the one who needs to have an individual moment of brilliance and get her side going in this game. Lovely ball, and the chase is on now. Opportunity now. What's the call from the referee? Penalty given. Catches the player and not the ball is the call from the referee. It's a beautiful ball upfield here. And once again, Bongi Tusi just manages to get a touch onto that one. And the slide tackle there deemed to have been a foul inside the 18 area. Means that a penalty is awarded to JVW and an opportunity to get 2-0 in the clear here. Golden opportunity. They need to make it count. What can they muster here? Referee getting all the players into the correct position. Well, it's been absolutely beautiful so far. We've seen really good balls in behind the defensive line of Ezemvelo. Bongi Tusi's been a menace down that right-hand channel. Bonolo Mokaba has been absolutely brilliant up top. Those are your two goal scorers for this encounter. As Ezemvelo take the shot on, and oh goodness, what's the call there? Well. A mistake being made there. Takes the shot on, and Casey Gordon makes the mistake, just doesn't manage to collect that one. And Ezemvelo FC managed to get themselves onto the scoreboard and make it 2-1 in this game. Wow. Well, a mistake at the back there from the youngster. She'll want to forget about that. But a goal to Ezemvelo, which makes it a one-goal game at the moment. Charging forward now, a JVW. Lovely cut. Cuts again. Gonzalez takes the shot on and just pushes it out to the left-hand side. But brilliant work down this right-hand side from Bongi Tusi, who's been an absolute menace in this game so far. And Ezemvelo all of a sudden right back into this game after conceding a penalty. They now find themselves only one goal behind. And anybody's game here at the moment. They've created their own chances. And an opportunity to get themselves right back into this one. Tusi cuts back inside. She loves to do it as Gonzalez. Lovely ball. Gonzalez will want to put this into a dangerous area. It's well defended by the ladies in green here, who now find themselves just the one goal behind here at the moment. Of course, all matches brought to you live on SABC Plus app, as well as the Hollywoodbets YouTube page. Production brought to you by PlayStream Network, Player Analytics powered by AI Sports Africa. SAFA has taken steps to fully professionalize the league and assist our Banyana coaches and ladies prepare for upcoming tournaments. And they've done so well. All games brought to you live either on SABC, SABC Plus, or the Hollywoodbets YouTube page. And of course, steps have been taken to make sure that Banyana can prepare as best as possible for the upcoming WAFCON tournament. Of course, the World Cup and any other fixtures, trying to fully professionalize the league as it should be. Tusi. It's going to be adjudicated a handball there from the referee. And a little bit of a mistake there from Bonolo Mokaba. Of course, a very young side, this JVW side. Lots of players around the age of 18, 19, 20 and 21. So a really bright future for South African football. As Ezemvelo look to launch an attack once again, and Ngubani that time, lovely ball there, trying to just push it upfield. Ezemvelo managed to win themselves a free kick here in a really good position. And this is going to be an opportunity to level up proceedings and really ask questions of Casey Gordon in goal, who's made a mistake that unfortunately cost her side a goal. Players over the top of it. They look like they might well be lining this one up for a shot. Well, here we go. Opportunity now to equalize proceedings. It's in a good position. Lines it up, onto the left boot, it goes, and trying to test out Casey Gordon, manages to get it on target, but it's an easy take there for the goalkeeper, who will look to play this one out from the back. Very confident at the moment are JVW. Just looking to stretch the field as much as possible. And Ezemvelo now on the attack. Player down on the far side, so playing with just the 10 at the moment are Ezemvelo. As Moholola commanding the middle of the park there, of course, with Julia Gonzalez. Those two midfielders are controlling everything that comes through the back. Hers. Just trying to find the connections, but can't quite manage on that occasion. But let's have a look at this free kick. It's from long range, and Casey Gordon just finds herself in the right position. Good positioning there from the goalkeeper, who manages to gather that one really easily. But a golden opportunity there for Ezemvelo, who find themselves trailing in this game by just the one goal. There's the replay of the goal, and you can see the call there. Mistake being made there by goalkeeper Casey Gordon, who want to forget that one as quickly as possible. 2-1 is the score. Only the one goal separating the two sides at the moment. Good touch. Tries to get that one upfield, but only manages to find the goalkeeper. And now possession with JVW. Hers. Trying to find the link up here on that left-hand side. It's a really good ball there for Robin Mudli Salgado, who doesn't quite manage to bring that one under control. Captain of the side is Robin Mudli Salgado. Of course, has her fair share of international exposure. As Gonzalez, lovely touch, decides to take the shot on, and Wendy Gumede will handle that one. Lovely touch in the middle of the park there as Gonzalez. Robin Mudli Salgado. Just trying to put a couple of touches together at the moment here, JVW. Something that we've seen them do so well. Just knock the ball around in the middle of the park. Try and create some spaces as Gonzalez finds Makomo. Tries to beat a defender but gets fouled down the near side. Just trying to beat the defender, but Anele Douglas making sure to leave something behind there. As they say in football, either the player or the ball needs to stay behind. On that occasion, it was Makomo that stayed behind as Gonzalez looks to take the shot on. Might have been an attempt at a through ball, maybe a set-piece move that they would have trained. You can see Bonolo Makoma there just acknowledging the ball in there from Gonzalez. So possibly something they've done at the training ground a couple of times as Ezemvelo charging forward now. This is a good opportunity, but just finds herself in an offside position, does Anele Douglas. And once again, really showing signs of going forward at the moment are the ladies from Umlazi. And it's important for them to carry on doing such. Three players converging underneath the ball. Turning the ball over as that one goes out to Tusi. He's already scored a penalty in this game. She'll be wanting to get onto that scoreboard a couple more times as Douglas putting a couple of passes together, and Shamase just finds herself offside on that occasion. Of course, The lone scorer in this competition before this game was Spumelele Shamase, managing to get her goal in a loss against Ramatloahle ladies, as Mokholola just controlling the middle of the park. You can see there Mokholola trying to get in behind the defense, and the ball just skidding off. Mokaba tries to keep that one in play, but unfortunately, or Tusi rather, my apologies, tries to keep that one in play, but doesn't quite manage to. She's got a lot of pace, does Bongi Tusi. She showed us on many occasions. Flick on attempt there. Possession will be retained there from Ezemvelo. And turned over that time round, and it's going to be important that the side from Mlazi retains possession as much as possible. They can't afford to turn it over. They really are in this game at the moment. Just the one goal separating the two sides. Gonzalves back to Ntsibande. Nice and narrow is that back three, as Mokholola finds Gonzalves once again, who tries to thread it through, and Tusi unfortunately doesn't quite have the pace to get onto the end of that one this time round. Trying to find some space now as Mkize thinks about a little bit of trickery, but just can't get past Erin Hers on the far side. And now launching a build-up of their own are Ezemvelo. Just trying to find spaces and deciding to go for the safe option on that time round. Tries the shot, and just over the top it goes. A side that loves to score. They take their opportunities from all over the park. Let's have a look at this. Takes the throw in nice and quickly. Sees a little bit of space and has the shot. It's not a bad opportunity. That just needs to get it underneath that upright. But unfortunately wasn't able to on that occasion. As Tusi finds Mokholola. Mokholola rather. Ntsibande would have really wanted a clean sheet in this game, would Norman Ntsibande. Unfortunately won't be the case. Hers. Ntsibande. Not scared to play the ball out as the centre back. Managing to thread that one absolutely beautifully, and just trying to get the ball in behind the defences. It's something we've seen lots of from JVW. Seen plenty of trickery, plenty of skill here in this game already. Mokaba looking for the through ball, but just doesn't have the power behind it, unfortunately. Makomo. Ntsibande. Gordon. Hers. Not scared to put a couple of passes together, JVW. Gordon, good on her feet. Gonzalves finds Ntsibande. Really making Ngubani work hard up front there, but managing to get it past the press of Ezemvelo. And unfortunately the pass just in behind there from Mokholola. It's going to be important that if they want to compete for that title, to make sure that they use those chances, get those passes together, Lovely ball, lovely touch, trying to go forward, but it's even better defense there from Ezemvelo. Managing to get all ball on that occasion. Signing to go short, and this is an opportunity now to get it into a really good space. But defended well there from Ezemvelo as they look to get their equalizer with 10 minutes to go in this first half. Mudli Salgado hasn't got too much of the ball out on that left-hand channel. She'll definitely be looking to get a lot more of it. Play's been dominated down this right-hand side at the moment. Mokaba looking for the ball into the box. It's a lovely one as Wendy Gumede comes out to collect. Safe as houses at the back there for her side is the number one. Lovely skills, just trying to get through a couple of defenders. Unfortunately, not managing to get past the third as JVW just trying to go forward again, but once again, brilliantly defended there from Ezemvelo. Nzibande not scared to go forward as she continues her run. Go forward was it was the right option there. Nzibande really high up the field, looking to use the defender as an extra attacker. Nzibande maybe not sure what to do in that position. She was on the wrong side of the field for a little bit there. Gonzalves finds Mokomo. Mokholola to Tusi. Knocking the ball around nicely at the moment of JVW. Gonzalves. Not the greatest pass there by the central defensive midfielder, and that gives an opportunity for the side from Mlazi to try and get forward. Tusi. Lovely ball. Just doesn't manage to turn her way out of trouble on that occasion. And now an opportunity to go forward. Lovely ball, finds herself onside as Shamase. It's a good cutback, but unfortunately just not managing to link up. Still trying to go forward. That's what they love to do, putting balls into spaces for players to chase. Tussle on the left-hand side between hers, and hers might get herself in a little bit of trouble there, possibly doing what she needed to for her side. And the referee going to a pocket, and rightfully so. Deliberate breakdown of play there from Erin Hers, who manages to get herself a yellow card late in this first half, so she's going to have to be careful. Spesi Ezemvelo managed to get her yellow card in the first 5 minutes of the game. She's been quiet ever since. So both left backs at the moment find themselves with a caution. It's a long way out. I don't think the shot is on. Decides to put it into the box, and that's a good run there from Shamase, who unfortunately is beaten to the ball there by Casey Gordon, who puts a big right boot through it. And I'll tell you what, Gordon might just have created some trouble here, but a good header back to Wendy Gumede there, who manages to collect. Gonzalves. Nzibande Gets the ball up to Mokolola, who gives that one away, and you can see the frustrated coach there on the sideline. And now an opportunity now. Mhlongo tries that diagonal ball, but just doesn't have the power as Mvelo. Mokolola gets the ball back in the middle of the park. Gonzalves, the two generals of the side here at the moment. Just trying to find a little bit of space here as Tusi brings that one under control nicely, but not quite the touch she would have wanted. Goal scorer in this game already and looking to get a couple more. She managed to win her side a penalty earlier on, converted the penalty herself, and has been rather quiet ever since. Nonetheless, she's been busy down that right-hand channel, really creating problems for Mvela, the left back. And there's confirmation of the score, 2-1 in the Hollywoodbets Super League between JVW and Ezemvelo Women's Football Club, who currently have the ball in a good position. They've got numbers inside the box. A little bit of skill out wide there. Just trying to put it into a dangerous position, and opportunity there, but what a save. Casey Gordon making good of her earlier mistake. What should have almost definitely been a goal turns into a heroic save there from the youngster. It's the flick on there, and just trying to put it away as does Anele Douglas, and that could have been the equalizer, but wasn't the case there as Casey Gordon makes herself big and puts a big right boot to the end of that one. And all of a sudden, Ezemvelo have themselves a corner. They've got 5 inside the 18 area. They're going to need some real quality on the end of this one. Here we go. First real defensive effort required here from JVW as that one goes into the far post, gets nice and high. But Gordon gets onto the end of that one and launches an attack. Lovely touch. Doesn't quite manage to find the end result as Robin Moodley Salgado, the skipper, finds herself in the thick of things down this right-hand channel. Lovely ball. And maybe just not on the save wavelength there. And you can see the frustration from the skipper. Possibly wasn't the result she would have wanted. Nonetheless, in a really good position are the side from Ikuruleni. 2-1 in the lead at the moment. Goals courtesy of Mokoma as well as Abongi Tusi from the spot. Ezemvelo would really love to get themselves an equalizer late in this first half as Douglas once again looking to go forward, and it's a free kick now in a really good position for the side in green. Once again getting players into the box. It looks like Lungile Mhlongo who will take this one. Spesi Mvila's in the box. Can we get some quality here from Mhlongo? Will she take the shot, or will she look to put this into that far post? Either way, Casey Gordon's going to have some work to do here. Mhlongo with the free kick. Mhlongo decides to go for goal, and what a save! It's a really good effort there on the follow-up, coming off the post that time round. And Ezemvelo can do no wrong at the moment, but the ball just not going into the back of the net. It was Mhlongo with the free kick. The follow-up header was really good, and now an opportunity for JVW as Tusi puts it onto the post, and can you believe it?
Additional time, 2 minutes.
3 balls onto the post in the space of 1 minute. Bongi Tusi thought she might have had her second for the game. Wendy Gumede making herself nice and big and cutting down the angle there for the right winger. Oh, goodness. On the edge of my seat at the moment. 2 really good passages of play from both of these two sides. Ezemvelo nearly equalizing and JVW nearly getting themselves a 2-goal lead. Let's have a look at this. Mhlongo backs herself, puts that one onto the poles. It's a fantastic save there from Casey Gordon. Have a look at the follow-up and you can see the frustration there. But this is an absolutely beautiful ball, and Tusi saw the goal and just couldn't manage to put that onto the inside of that left upright. Wendy Gumede doing really well to make herself big. And exciting stuff here at the moment. It's the Hollywoodbets Super League. It's the Super Eyes division here at the old Pizza Mokaba Stadium. Between a side who's first on the log at the moment up against a side sitting 7th. And I'll tell you what, you would swear this is a battle of the table toppers. The way Ezemvelo Women's FC are playing at the moment. Gordon goes upfield, and I'll tell you what, this might be a caution here for the big striker Mokaba. Of course, very little malice there. Possibly just didn't see the defender, but just raising what might have been the knee there into the chest of the defender. And yeah, you can see there the handshake there from the two players. Unintentional. And you can see the referee just managing the situation there. As we get things back underway, lovely ball. Finding Anele Douglas that time round, and unfortunately Spumelele Shamase just finds herself in an offside position. This is the ball there, and you can just see Shamase there needs to get 1 foot further back there, just needs to drop back a little bit more than she does. Important here for JVW just to close out proceedings here in the first half, which is exactly what they managed to do. 2-1 is the score here at the moment. JVW managing to get 2 goals. And Ezemvelo just the one from a mistake from Casey Gordon, who managed to redeem herself with a fantastic right boot save. Here at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium in Limpopo. It's been a really good first 45 minutes of football, and if the first half was anything to talk about, the second is going to be an absolute cracker. But don't go too far away. We'll be back in a little bit.
I wish someone would have told me about all the colors that I see littering my eyes, coming from a spectrum of sound that electrifies my spirit. Don't you hear it? It sounds like thunder without the rain. It feels like lightning without the pain. That boom, 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 boom. I wish someone would have told me that at some point I would cry tears of happiness, because there's no place like this place, at least not to me, where I can run, where I can dance, where I can finally be free. Free to put all my worries to the side. Free to be joyful like the clouds in the sky. Free to be who I am without judgment or doubt. So raise both hands in the air if you know what I'm talking about. I wish.
JVW coming out, jersey number 3, Amanda Tandi. Coming in, jersey number 47, Juliet. Welcome to the second half of the
Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are back. We're back to the action. 3 goals. Casey Gordon will want to forget that. Casey Gordon will want to forget that as much as possible. You can see her on screen with her bright kit and white socks. And JVW goals coming from Bonolo Makoma, as well as a penalty won and converted by Bongi Tusi, who has been an absolute menace down that right-hand side. She's been really quick. She's managed to take Spesihle Mvila on 1v1s on many different occasions and managed to get her side out in front. Of course, Ezemvelo closing that lead up, as I mentioned, from the mistake from young goalkeeper, of course, one for the future, Casey Gordon. Good header there from Moholola, who has been really controlling the middle of the park. Her partner in crime, Julia Gonzalez, has been substituted off the park, and Amanda Mtandi makes her way onto the park to hold the middle of the park with Regina Moholola. But now opportunity as Shamase, just trying to get the ball into the middle of the park. Shamase, of course, before this game was the lone goal scorer for Ezemvelo Women's FC. As that one goes into a really good position, but unfortunately on the near side, the assistant referee has something to say about it. Was a lovely finish nonetheless, but just have a look at this. Manages to put it onto the left boot, and you can see even she knows that she might just have been ahead of the defenders. And the assistant referee on this near side getting her flag up. Oh, trying to go backwards here. Gordon being put under a little bit of pressure there from hers. But just dropping off for Ezemvelo. More than happy to allow hers and Gordon play. Mudli Salgado, Gabriela on this occasion. Not to be confused with Captain Robin Mudli Salgado, who is playing a little bit further in the middle of the park. On the same side nonetheless, the captain donning number 10 and Gabriela donning number 9. As the JVW managed to win themselves a corner and back on the attack. Wow, corner here for JVW. Puts it into a dangerous position. It's up in the air, trying to clear their lines here. Calls for a handball there from JVW, but the match referee says nothing to it. It's a big sliding tackle that time around from Amanda Mtandi, who's just made her way onto the field. The last thing she'll want is to get herself into the referee's bad books. Gordon. Just knocking the ball around. Hers manages to find Mudli Salgado, who gets the ball upfield now to Ntandi. Fresh legs here for JVW. Moholola. Lovely ball. Robin Mudli Salgado charging into the box. Tries to get the diagonal. Shot is on. And Wendy Gumere does the hard work there. Bonola Mokoma thought she might have had her second of the game, but unfortunately not managing to get enough power onto that left boot. Once again, just trying to get in behind the defenders or JVW. Something that they've tried to do for the whole of the first half. They managed to do it well now. But Ezemvelo have been up to the task. Their defenders in Hlengwa as well as in Tenga have been really good. And now charging forward is lovely shot, but just not managing to get enough power onto the end of that one. And it seems we'll have ourselves a corner here. Casey Gordon just not managing to bring that one under control, but have a look at this lovely run, plenty of space. It's hers that finds herself in a compromising position, and unfortunately Akona Mkize that time round not managing to get enough power onto the end of that one. Well, the front three for Ezemvelo have been really dangerous. Akona Mkize, Anele Douglas as well as Spumelele Shamase. Unfortunately not managing to get the equalizer so far as that one into a good position, but Gordon once again up to the task. And the medics will be called onto the field here. Possibly a little collision there in the middle of the park. And of course, the Hollywoodbets Super League. Please note that these matches will be live on SABC Plus app as well as the Hollywoodbets YouTube page. Production brought to you by PlayStream Network, Player Analytics, powered by AI Sport Africa and SAFA, taking steps to fully professionalize the league and assist the Banyana coaches and ladies prepare for upcoming tournaments. And let's just have a look at this. This is a lovely turn, unfortunately in an offside position, and you can just see the body language there. I think she knew that she was just a little bit ahead of the play there, but a really good finish. That would have been the equalizer had she just been behind the line of defense. But we get things right back underway. Gabriela Mudli Salgado. This time round to Robin Mudli Salgado, the skipper. Moholala just doesn't have enough power onto the end of that one. She was looking for Bongi Tusi on that right-hand side, who now manages to get onto the end of the ball. All the way back we go, as just trying to find a little bit of space. They're not scared to knock the ball around, as hers has the ball. Puts it in behind. Not sure if that would have been onside, but nonetheless, you can't take the chance, as we see a little bit of skill there. Lovely skill there from goal scorer Koleka Bengu, who of course took her chance and managed to force a mistake. Long throw, lovely flick on. And hers there needs to be careful. Already on a yellow card is the left back. Now on screen there is Norman Tsibande, who was the second back. She would have been looking for a clean sheet in this game, but unfortunately isn't to be the case. Koleka Bengu had other thoughts. And another low break in play here, as some medical attention is being provided here. And it looks like Koleka Bengu there, who's just taken one to the back of the head. She'll be back on the park as soon as possible. Out to the far post. Lovely chase, but doesn't quite manage to fall to a teammate as Ezemvelo looking to get in behind. And Gordon gets to the ball nice and quickly on that occasion. Slowing play down here are the ladies from Ikuruleni. They're in the driver's seat at the moment. It's their game to lose here. Ezemvelo chasing, and they've shown really good signs of trying to get back into the game and equalize and try and score some goals. As we see a bit of a miscommunication there from JVW. Lovely feet. Just trying to find her way out of a little bit of trouble there. Tries the 1-2 to Ezemvelo, but doesn't quite manage. Constantly looking for space and ways to get out the back or the side from Umlazi as hers. Finds Ntsibande. Robin Mudli Salgado. Hers. Mokholola. Mudli Salgado once again finds herself in a wider position, does the skipper. Hers. Keep the ball was the call there on the sideline, but not quite managing to do so as Mokholola. Hers. Ntsibande. All the way back to Gordon. Happy to slow the game down here as Ntsibande. Hers. Up to Mudli Salgado. Lovely feet here from the skipper. Just trying to find the through ball there to Gabriela Mudli Salgado, but unfortunately unable to do so. Mokholola. Mudli Salgado. That's a lovely ball, but low flick on. I'm not sure if that was the intention there, but nonetheless, it's worked out well there for Ezemvelo as Wendy Gumede scoops that one up nicely. She's been called back into action as the goalkeeper. It's had a good game so far. Unfortunately conceded the 2-1, of course, being a penalty. And another one, a close range shot from Bonolo Mokoma. Robin Mudli Salgado. Hers. Mudli Salgado once more. Trying for that through ball again, but can't quite get the touch that she would have liked. And a quick reminder to viewers that this match is being captured by AI-powered camera technology. Without systems like this, many matches at this level simply couldn't be televised at all. Thanks to AI Sports Africa and SAFA collaboration, we are bringing games to supporters that historically would have never had the coverage. Of course, all of these games being brought to you on SABC, SABC Plus, as well as the Hollywoodbets Super League YouTube channel. And a foul here. And it looks like a substitution will be made down in the bottom of your screen. It's for Ezemvelo. And coming off the park is Ngubani. So we get things back underway. Lovely ball into a dangerous space. It's well defended, and they're going to look to turn this defensive effort into attack. It's well dealt with there from Makomo, but back in possession. Just trying to find a little bit of space here once again. Slowing play down here, slowing it right down, or JVW. Of course, a side founded by the most capped South African player, Janine van Wyk, 185 caps to her name. And she's founded an absolute machine for youth football in the JVW Football Club. Player down on the near side here, but they'll carry on as Mudli Salgado that time just finding the touchline and still trying to go forward, but putting in a solid defensive effort here at the moment are the ladies from Mlazitsa Mahle Hlengwa that time, who put in that brave effort. And they'll get themselves a goal kick. Well, the story of Ezemvelo Women FC started in 2023 when they came 7th in the Cecil KZN Regional League. The following year in 2024, they managed to win that, gaining themselves a promotion into the Super League. And they debuted in the Hollywoodbets Super League for the first time last year in 2025, where they managed to pull off 11th places. We see them just trying to exit here. There's the low flick on. A little bit of skill, and the referee just deeming that one offside. It's not the first time Spumelele Shamase has found herself in an offside position. Just needs to hold on to that run a little bit longer. Mudli Salgado finds hers. Gabriela Mudli Salgado this time. Lovely feet, just trying to go forward, but that touch a little bit too heavy there from the left winger. Allows Ezemvelo now to try and go forward. Mokholola. Lovely touch now. This is good from JVW. Storming forward as Tusi. Can she get the ball across? Indeed she does, but a brilliant clearance there at the final hour. It's Amahle Hlengwa who gets a right boot onto the end of that one, and it's a good one too to start. And you can just see once again creating real problems is Bongi Tusi. Doesn't quite manage to get the ball to Mokoma, who was waiting to put that one away. Trying to find some space, and that's exactly what they've done. They find themselves in the 18 area as the shot comes off, and Wendy Gumede up to the toss that time round. Good touch there from Shamase. Unfortunately not managing to retain possession. Mokholola. It's been a general in the middle of the park as Mokholola. Isn't scared to get on the ball, isn't scared to turn in the middle of the park and make that pass. Isn't too fancy, loves to pass the ball. There you can see trying to find Gabriela Mudli Salgado. And now it's an opportunity now, and once again just needing to hold their run that little bit longer. There's confirmation of the score, 2-1 here in the second half. But just have a look at this. You can see the offside trap being held so nicely there by JVW. They know exactly what they're trying to accomplish. The back three just in unison. And this time round, I think they've managed to hold it nicely. The drive is on. Real opportunity, lovely feet, but Erin Hers making herself really big. And brilliant defensive effort there from the left back, who holds nice and strong on that occasion. This is brilliant. Erin Hers just managing to get herself in between the ball and forward Anele Douglas. And you can see there Shamase just coming around. They're trying to nick the ball off the left half. Wasn't able to do so as we enter the last 24 minutes of this half and a foul being committed. Not happy about something is Mokoma. Of course, they never are, the forwards. And might well be an injury on the far side. Lucy, who managed to win this penalty for herself, and of course converting it for herself as well, was the second goal of the game. As we get back to the live action there, Shamase just chasing down Casey Gordon, who was at a good game so far, has managed to put in 2 really big saves, but of course also had that error that awarded Kolega Bengu her first goal of the campaign, and of course the second goal for Ezemvelo Women FC. Just trying to create some space, get in behind that defensive line, and Mudli Salgado just thinking about hitting it on the half volley. As the ball stays alive, all players seem to have thought that ball had just rolled out. As Gumede puts it on the boot. Hers. Mokholola. Mudli Salgado. Knocking it about really nicely as Hers. Beautiful ball, even better touch. They're asking for a handball here. They won't get it there from Mokoma. Goal scorer in this game already. Hers. Upfield, lovely touch. This is good now. Mokoma gets in the advanced position. They've got to be careful. Goes across, and this is an opportunity. 1v1 with the goalkeeper, who makes a fantastic save from point blank range. Wendy Gumede keeping her side in this game once more. What should have been a definite goal ends up in a superb save. But you can't help but think that should have found the back of the net. And they'll be really disappointed by that. It was an opportunity to extend their lead. This is it. Bukoma puts it into a lovely position. And unfortunately, just not managing to make a use of that one. A couple of changes being made. Simone Souls makes her way onto the park. Simone Souls with a goal already in this competition in her 2 games. She'll be looking to add to the scorecard. Well, this is never good to see. Hopefully just a precaution. A stretcher making its way onto the park. Simone Souls looks like she's taken off Gabriela Mudli Salgado here on this left-hand side. And we'll be looking to add some nice fresh legs onto the park. Well, unfortunately, just being stretched off on this occasion, and that's never something you want to see in this game. Hopefully, just a precaution. As we get things back underway here on the left-hand side, Villa with the throw. Of course, on a yellow card in this game is Villa. Gordon. Makomo. Putting together a couple of passes at the moment are JVW. Unfortunately, that one just not landing to feet as Ezemvelo deciding to go back. And the touch there from Mkhize, unfortunately taking her eyes off the ball right at the final minute. Makomo knocking it about. It's Mokama there who's dropped into a really deep position there for Ezemvelo to fetch the ball, or for JVW rather. A little bit of skill, just trying to dink it over the top. And this is a good ball in a really good position, trying to cut back onto the inside, but maybe should have just unleashed that ball on the first touch. Into the box and tries to put it on the head, but just doesn't have enough power there, does Bonolo Mokoma. Shamase. Number 10 on that occasion. Looking to play it quickly there, and it's Mkhize who loses out, but manages to get the ball back. Trying to play the 1-2 there with Shamase. Trying to get in behind, and it's really well done there from Souls. This is an opportunity now for JVW to extend their lead. Just the one goal between the two sides at the moment. 3 in the box. Decides to go in first time, and brilliant save there from Wendy Gumede, who gets nice and high, nice and strong, and makes sure that she keeps her side in this game once again. Brings it under control nicely there, does Okona Mkhize. Really battling away here on this near side. Mkhize has had some decent opportunities.
Double substitution for Ezemvelo. Coming in, jersey number 80, Amelo from. Coming out, jersey number 17, Okona Mkhize. The second substitution. Coming out, jersey number 16, Anele Douglas. Coming in, jersey number 46, Bongela Mkhize. Still,
Well, a couple of changes being made here from Ezemvelo, trying to keep the legs nice and fresh for the last 15 minutes of this game. Anele Douglas makes her way off the park, as well as Okona Mkhize. We've had their fair share of opportunities as Shamase decides to go for the 45-degree ball there, but can't quite bring it under control. JVW now turning defense into attack, and this is really good. Unfortunately, just not managing to bring it under control. Just under a little bit of pressure at the moment. A goal kick will be awarded here to Ezemvelo. Just trying to knock it around a little bit here. That's a lovely touch. 3v3 in a good position, and this was a really good opportunity there for Ezemvelo, who unfortunately aren't able to get onto the end of that one. But the real warning signs are coming. It was Slindile Ngubane, the skipper, who thought that she was on to the end of that one and thought that she might have had the equalizer. Once again, the captain just creating problems there, Ngubane. As we see a foul here in what could be a really good position, if Ezemvelo Women FC can just get this into a tricky zone here inside the 18 area. What can they create here? Only one goal separating the two sides. Decides to take the shot on and just not dipping in time. Well, Lungile Mhlongo, we've seen that in the first half. She's not scared to really take the goalkeeper on. She does it again. She's got a serious boot on her. Just doesn't manage to bring it underneath the poles and really test Casey Gordon out. And a low error there from the goalkeeper as a corner is awarded here from the match referee. Let's have a little look at this. Just trying to play it out from the back here. And Gordon there's first touch. Just putting her in a sticky situation. Might have been worthwhile just booting that one out first time round. As we have a corner. Into the box it goes. Near post looking for the flick on. Still in a really dangerous position here. And a brilliant low flick on there gets them another corner. Casey Gordon doing well once again there. Flicks it on, up into the air it goes, and just flicking it right into that near post. And Ezemvelo Woman really looking for a point here. The opportunities are there. They just need to put them away. Into the box, just around the penalty area. They'll want to clear their lines here, JVW. And they turn defense into attack once again as Souls charges forward. Puts Mokaba in a really good position, who unfortunately was unable to bring that one down and really control the ball. And Tusi once again making it really difficult for the defense. Starting the build-up once again is Mokholola. In a good position. What's the assistant referee going to say? Nothing to it, says the referee. Two really big decisions that needed to be made there. And the assistant referee and referee saying nothing to it. No offside, no penalty. And a golden opportunity there for JVW, who really need to extend their lead here at the moment. Ten minutes of regular time left in this game. As it stands, JVW are taking all 3 points. But can Ezemvelo Women's FC claim a point from this game as Souls? Turns back on the inside. Makoma looks to put it onto her right boot, but is well defended once again there. Shamase doing some defensive work for her side here as the striker. Hers. Lovely work there for Mudli Salgado. Well, it looks like Mokoma has dropped into a midfield division. Well, Mokoma's played her part in this game and has played it really well. This is just a little look here. Lovely ball there. No offside is the call there. And that touch taking it away from the goalkeeper. Just needed to stay on her feet that little bit longer. Aliyah Ali makes her way onto the park, number 21. And replaces Bonolo Mokoma, the goal scorer in this game, who looked like a real threat every time she got onto the ball. Lovely ball. Mudli Salgado plays that one forward to Simone Soles. Into the box she goes, looking for that ball into a dangerous space. And she's really brought some energy to the game here, has Simone Soles. As I mentioned, managed to bag a goal already in this first 2 games of the competition. Soles looking to use her feet there, keeping it in play does the skipper. Dinks it into a dangerous position. Once again, Gumere making herself really big, but a second opportunity gets skied into the air. Plenty of chances here for JVW to get themselves onto the scorecard and extend their 1-goal lead. It's a lovely ball here, coming in with some real pace there. Unfortunately, Makomo not managing to put that one past Gumere, who may have just hurt herself in keeping her side in the game. Like I mentioned earlier, she's conceded 2 goals, but she's had a really fantastic game as the goalkeeper. She's made herself really big and kept her side in this game for as long as possible. And I'll tell you what, should Ezemvelo Women FC manage to get themselves a draw, you can't help but think man of the match might be that lady in blue, who's kept them in this game for as long as possible. Let's have a look at a replay here earlier on by Lungile Mhlongo, who puts that one on the boot, just doesn't have enough to bring that one down. This is the mistake from a goalkeeper, Casey Gordon, whose first touch unfortunately wasn't to be. Lots of pressure being applied there from Shamase. And you can see the frustration there. This one, the corner up into the air. Lots of chaos there around the penalty area. And that flick on to the near post, unfortunately not quite managing to beat the goalkeeper. As we get back to the live action, Mudli Salgado, lovely ball there to Soles. Loves to cut in the Soles. Just looking for Ali in the middle of the park there, but can't quite find her. Well, it's been action-packed here at the moment, and of course, if you're watching this on the Hollywoodbets YouTube channel, you can interact with us as JVW look to have a shot. It's a really good block there. The shot looked really good, and here we go. It's 3v2 here for Ezemvelo. And brilliant defense there from Makoma, but the referee saying illegally so. Possibly just going through the back of the Ezemvelo player there. There's confirmation of the score. 2-1 is how it stands at the moment. JVW, just the 1 goal at the moment. Or the 1 goal buffer, I should rather say. They've got 2 goals at the moment. They're going to try and get this upfield. Pumped just outside the box. Makomo manages to do well. As Soles in with some defensive work. Once again, a really good opportunity there for Ezemvelo to claw their way back into the game. And now there's trouble here. They need to try and get themselves a goal here to both of these sides. One side searching for the draw, the other looking for all 3 points as Mudli Salgado. All the way back to Mokolola. Robin Moodley Salgado. Lovely skills. Going forward nicely. Saw the run there, but deciding against the ball across and nearly making a mistake that could have proved really costly. Makomo decides against the long ball and turns over possession. Shamase. Lovely ball. Has she managed to get it the right side of hers, who stays really strong in her clearance. Keeping the ball alive there. And JVW will be more than happy to slow things down here and really play at their pace. That one's pumped upfield. It's going to be a foot race to the ball. And managing to get possession there. Unfortunately, Amanda Ntandi just not managing to bring that one under control. And a free kick awarded to the captain here, Robin Moodley Salgado. Well, little look at this. This is the tussle there in the middle of the park. Moodley Salgado managing to get a boot onto that one and then getting taken out. Hers puts it into a dangerous space, but it's well cleared there from Ezemvelo. Hers finds Souls, who turns beautifully. Does Simone Souls. Can she get it into a dangerous position? The call for handball is up, but the referee says nothing to it. And probably a really fair shout there from the match official. Both hands down by her side, but have a look at this turn from Souls. Puts on the afterburners, gets the ball into a dangerous position, and a really good call, I think, there from the referee. Moodley Salgado turns it over, manages to get it back. Just managing the midfield at the moment as the captain. She decides to go all the way back to hers. Ntibande loses out in the middle of the park. She's going to have to make a tackle, which is exactly what she does. Souls. Tackling well here at the moment. Still just the one goal between the two sides. 2-1 is the score currently. As a JVW just looking to get ahead. They need to keep possession. It will be interesting to see how much added on time is brought into this game. There it is, 6 minutes. Plenty can happen in the next 6 minutes, of course. As Makomo up to Aliyah Ali. This is an opportunity. They need to get numbers into the box, and across it goes, takes the shot on, and can't quite get on top of that one. That was the opportunity that would have secured the 3 points. This is really good play here at the moment. Just tucking it into a good position, and it's Simone Souls who just can't wrap her foot around that one and put it into the back of the net. Makomo finds Gordon, and Ezemvelo Women FC are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency here. JVW in the stronger of the two positions at the moment. They've got the 2 goals with just 5 minutes of added on time to be played in this game. Ali trying to get onto the end of that one, not quite managing, as this is an opportunity now to level up proceedings and take their first point of the competition, the side from Umlazi. Lovely 1-2s here. And just a little bit of a miscommunication possibly there from the forwards, as Hers does really well there, nice and strong there on the left-hand side. Mokaba. Back to Gordon, who clears the lines this time, rather safe than sorry, as Ezemvelo Women's FC look to launch the attack and come right back at JVW, who really need to get themselves a goal and get nice and clear of the ladies from Umlazi. Mudli Salgado. Souls. Lovely touch. They need to keep going forward and play nice and high up the field here. Captain Mudli Salgado putting together some really nice passes. The shot is on, and Gumede does well to gather that one. Not really having the venom that they would have wanted behind that shot. Intercept. Once again, trying to go up and over the top of that defensive line, as Tusi gets fouled on that occasion. Well, a little bit of a injury at the moment, and looks like the referee's gone to her pocket as well. He's issued out the second yellow card here for Ezemvelo Women FC, third one of the game. Of course, with just a little bit over 2 minutes to be played in this game. Puts it into the box here. Ali goes up but can't quite get onto the end of it. Hers needs to be careful here, Hers, but really calm and composed under pressure. And this is the opportunity as Souls launches an attack. 2 in the box. Opportunity now for Ali, who can't quite get onto the end of that one. That was a golden chance for JVW. Happy to slow it down once again here. Happy to slow it down. Souls. And just jumping up into the hand of Mokholola rather. .30 seconds left to be played here, or at least a minimum of 30 seconds left to be played in this game, as Shamase gives chase. And a yellow card brandished there to Shamase, and rightfully so, just throwing that sliding tackle into the goalkeeper, who does well not to get injured on that occasion. A third yellow card here for Ezemvelo Women FC, as the minimum of 6 minutes has elapsed. Big boot downfield. It's going to be important for JVW to just keep the ball on this side of the field as Souls charges forward. Possibly an opportunity to look for a goal. Lovely feet. Puts it into a dangerous position as Ali forces Gumede into a save. Drama here in the final minutes as JVW really try and put this game away. It's that ball there and the header from Ali, who tries to sneak it underneath the post, but Wendy Gumede up to the task. They need to just keep the ball on this side of the field for as long as possible until the referee blows that final whistle. Even better would be to steal a goal here in the final seconds. Ball in to the near post. Ali. And a free kick awarded here to Ezemvelo Women's FC. And just a little bit of an injury. Will be interesting to see what exactly happened on that occasion. And a yellow card brandished at that time round, and it looks like it was given to Mokaba, who gets JVW's second yellow card of the game. Well, this is lovely play here. Just have a look at this, and it's the afterburners being applied here from Simone Souls. Aliyah Ali not managing to wrap her feet around the end of that one, and the two substitutes in Simone Souls as well as Aliyah Ali have really combined well for this JVW outfit. Well, as it stands, 3 points awarded to JVW, who have gone undefeated and have a perfect record in the first 3 games of the Hollywoodbets Super League. It was a really brave fight here from Ezemvelo Women's FC, who come into this game ranked 7th in the Rise division of the Hollywoodbets Super League. But they fought like they were fighting for the title. A brilliant goal there from Kolega Bengu. Bunolo Mokoma, there is a confirmation. The player of the match, Bunolo Mokoma, who managed to get the opening goal for her side and really created some serious problems for the Ezemvelo And they were really good throughout this game, were the ladies from JVW, creating as many opportunities as possible. And this one really golden. Wendy Gumede once again getting herself and her body in danger and keeping her side in it for as long as possible. As that opportunity there, that would have been really good there from Simone Sols, who might well have been through on that occasion. Like I said, plenty of opportunities were created here from the side in green. Of course, Captain Slindi Lengubane was a real standout there in the middle of the park, donning the number 14 jersey. A couple of cheeky shots there from Lungile Mhlongo, who tried her best to try and sneak it under the poles as many times as possible. A couple of errors at the back there could have cost JVW. But they kept themselves in the game for as long as possible and made sure that they were able to compete for all 90 minutes. Telling times, this was a really golden opportunity. Unfortunately, just tripping over herself, possibly looking for the penalty. Should have stayed on her feet a little bit longer. The captain putting in balls into a really good position. Unfortunately, that shot from Ntibande not quite managing to stay underneath the upright. But it was the all JVW show here. They created plenty of opportunities, plenty of chances to put this game away. At the end of it, they managed to get the victory 2-1, but too many times that they come close. Simone Sols, they're trying to get her second goal of the competition. Look at the afterburners. She really gets down that left-hand channel nice and quickly. Aliyah Ali and Simone Sols combined really well in this second half, and you can see there once again the combination of Ali and Sols. Wendy Gumede being called into action once again. And what a game it was. 2-1 it ends in favor of JVW. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you on the other side.